top of the section. Ushers and attendants will be stationed at the top of each section for further instructions to the nearest exit. If at any time while you are here you need assistance, please ask your nearest attendant. Again, welcome to the Curtis Colwell Center.
Hello and welcome to the North Garland High School graduation ceremony. My classmates and I are thrilled that you are joining us to help celebrate the accomplishments of our long educational journeys. As a courtesy to my fellow graduates, I ask that you remain respectful while we cross the stage so families and friends will hear our names called as we receive our diplomas. Again, thank you for being here and helping us make this a day we will all remember. Enjoy the ceremony.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the class of 2021. My name is Tori Reisner, and it has been my honor and my privilege to serve as your Student Council President. Please join me as we stand for the singing of the national anthem and the pledges. And now for the U.S. pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please be seated.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Megan Lee, the senior class president. Before we get started, please join me in welcoming the GISD Board of Trustees, Assistant Secretary Robert Sellers Jr., Vice President Wes Johnson, Trustee Johnny Beach, Dr. Ricardo Lopez, GISD Superintendent, Lisa Ray, General Counsel, Dr. Brent Ringo, Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Susanna Russell, Chief Leadership Officer. Also, honored guests, Mr. Leday and Mr. Oliphant. Parents, family members, and the class of 2021. To all the teachers, staff, and administration, thank you for being there for us and guiding us through our last years of being able to be children. I wanted to give a shout out to Ms. Martinez, Mr. Blakely, Mr. Clark, and Mr. Barth for being there for me always. To all the families and friends sitting in the audience, thank you for supporting us and being our home base. To my mom and dad, thank you for always putting me first and pushing me to be better than great. I would not be the person I am today without you. And to my classmates, for lack of better words, the last 4 years have been quite unconventional. Okay, maybe 4 years for some of us, but definitely the last 1.5 years for everyone else. I think I speak for everyone when I say that the unexpected happened, and while it took a toll on us in the beginning, I believe we're coming out of it much stronger and proved that we're more than capable of ourselves. As we all know, the pandemic caused us to switch to hybrid learning, and we've done it for more than one school year, which is insane. We've missed so many things, whether it was passing by each other in the halls, show-stopping cafeteria food, or the annual Powder Puff game. However, it did not take away our prom. It was a huge learning curve for everyone involved that, in my opinion, proves if we can go through the last half of our time in high school through a pandemic and hybrid learning, then we're pretty much set to conquer anything else. It is going to be incredibly exciting to see where everyone goes after we leave tonight, and while it's bittersweet, I know that we've all grown out of high school and are ready to move on to the next chapter of our lives. I want to close this off with a quote that I hope sticks with everyone listening, that if you only remember one thing about my speech, it's this: if you're happy doing what you're doing, then nobody can tell you you're not successful. It's been an honor being your class president. I am so, so proud of everyone here, and we're graduating. Thank you. Now, let's all welcome Dr. Ricardo Lopez.
Oh, good evening, good evening, good evening, North. How's it going? You know, parents, we saved the best for last. And you might say, oh, okay, of course you're going to say that. We were having some fun with Mr. Areola because the #1 rated school in Garland ISD is North Garland High School. You know, and I wish I could say the secret is out, but it's no secret. You guys have the biggest waiting list to get into your school because of choice. You guys are #1 in ACT, ACT. You came out in a national magazine for nation's best schools, rated. We had 5 of our 7 schools rated as top in the nation, and you were #1 out of all our schools in that category. Man, the collective IQ, and you don't even know how beautiful and bright your future is. You know, I'm thrilled to celebrate this achievements, parents, because it's been a year. Actually, it's been a year and a half. And, you know, we didn't go through it alone. It's been such a tough year that each of us have experienced this pandemic at different levels, and many of us have experienced different forms of loss. And please know that the district grieves with you during these tough times. Although we're not out of the clear yet, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and many of our graduates decided to come here face to face. For some of our graduates, this will be the first time they're in face to face with their peers since this pandemic started. At the end of announcing the names that are face to face, the students that chose to come on virtually will be still announced so their name can be recognized through virtual learning. So yes, teachers, this is our last form of dual platform for the year, okay? I want to give a special shout out, students, because something miraculous happened. You see, all great success comes by overcoming obstacles and facing failures. I do believe our greatest victories are a result of what we do when things don't go our way, when things don't go planned, and we find a way to persevere. Each of us here was faced with an unprecedented challenge and a global pandemic. Since March of last year, the team at GISD, to include the campus of North Garland High School, worked to be agile in responding to this pandemic. And the only thing we had to predict was the Spanish influenza happened 100 years ago. What we learned from that pandemic, it would last about a year and a half. It would have spikes, it would have regressions, and it was unpredictable on the way it came. We used that model to have a response, and we had a goal. Since we were predicting that this possibly could last a year and a half, we knew the class of 2021, when we're juniors, was the most vulnerable class there was. They would be in through this for its entirety. The #1 goal for every campus in the district was to get these kids through graduation. And let me tell you how North Garland responded in true Raider fashion. You see, it was hard to get these kids through during this pandemic. And I want us first to give a round of applause to our teachers. They're the front lines. They're the ones that do it all. I want to give a big round to our administrators that kept it together, and Mr. Areola is one of the finest people I've ever been around. Let's give him a round of applause. Where are my counselors? My counselors were counseling each other. They were counseling students, parents, other teachers. Their job never ended. Thank you, counselors. Thank you for all you did. But remember that one goal that we set forth. We said our kids have to graduate. We can't let them go behind. Today, North Garland has 98.3% of their seniors graduating today. Parents, 98.3% made it. And I'm going to tell you the number that didn't, 11. That's the number that didn't. And all of those 11 we could not find during this pandemic. Through home visits, through just asking friends and family where they were. Some people just moved out of our area and we could not locate. That's how extensive this was. But the state did something to us. The state says, you know what, that's great, you're graduating kids. We want them college, career, military ready. And there's all these things that the kids have opportunities to do to be college, career, military ready. So goal number 2 was not only graduate them, but make sure they're college, career, military ready. Get this, if we got a score from TEA, North Garland would get a 96%, which is an A+ rating. That's an A school during a pandemic. Isn't that remarkable? Give them a round of applause. But these challenges were just the tip of the iceberg. Today I'm going to highlight some students about some challenges that they face just to make it here today. And when I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Jose Mora, please stand to be recognized. Where's Jose? There he is. Hey, Jose. Jose was born in Mexico and moved to the United States when he was 7. Although he had no desire to leave his family for a country he did not know, he quickly had to assimilate to a new environment and learn English quickly because his family was depending on him to be the translator. Many adversities hit them, struggles, but things also hit him personally. He was bullied because of his weight. People did not understand him coming from a different culture. Once again, he was considered not one of us. And instead of just running away from the problem, he went and sought help. He went and wanted to rebuild himself, and he had an unrelenting focus to make himself be part of this great class today. His adversity of being picked on, his mission didn't come on and go back at the people. He says, I want to mentor people that are going through what I am going through. His confidence built, he soared, he joined Avid, and he started taking advantage of everything he could to build his life around him. This young man that was picked on is now an advocate. And let me tell you his integration. This dude is prom king just a few weeks ago at his prom. How about that, y'all? His immigrant status, he took full advantage. He has a Dreamers scholarship worth $37,000. He's a prime example of what true grit is and relentless all in a pandemic. Jose, you rock. We love you. Next up, Alicia Sanderson. Where's Alicia? There she is. How are you, Alicia? Well, some kids get here early, some kids get here late. She moved to Garland her junior year from Missouri. Hey, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. All right. She faced many adversities in her life, but she's a great example of determination. She struggled a bit at first, and she continued to rise over all the challenges that we would not mention right now. This year, she took on leadership roles, became a counselor, student aide, and then was welcoming North Garland students. And then she turned around and said, hey, can I graduate early? Man, I wish my kid would do that. Brilliant move. She worked hard and took all the things that she had to do for an early graduation, removing obstacles, showing that true grit and hardship is really what it takes. And what I need to let people understand is when you transfer from another state, you come to our standards. Our standards are much higher than neighboring states. So all the credits that she did not necessarily apply. That's the adversity she had to come to make sure she graduated today and went the extra mile. We are so proud of you. Congratulations. By the way, is it your birthday today? A little birthday told me it's your birthday. Happy birthday. I know everything, y'all. Watch out. Finally, I'm going to highlight some twins here. So these beautiful twins are like best friends. Anayeli and Nancy Sanchez, could you please stand to be recognized? Where are y'all? Oh, there they are in the back. Nobody can ever anticipated the traumatic hardship they would have endured this year. Unfortunately, COVID-19 took their grandmother, grandfather, and uncle. Then they were unexpectedly hit when one of the twins got COVID-19, as well as their mother. With the loss of others, they expected the worst. What happened was, Mom and the rest of the family couldn't work now, and one of the twins had to put school aside and be the breadwinner of the family. Obviously, they were able to finally recover, but that left them behind because bills was the priority, not necessarily credits. Thankfully, they all recovered, and even though they were behind on class credit, they were determined to graduate. Both came in and did everything they could to make up all that lost time so they could graduate with their class today. They're a true epitome of what hardship can bring, but what their grit and determination to overcome those hardships brought them today. We are so proud that you're walking with us. Thank you. You know, you will rise above everything that comes your way. You guys faced the pandemic, a 100-year snowstorm. Everything was in front of you. And look what your adults modeled for you. That if you work hard and work relentlessly, goals that seem impossible can happen. I promise you that you use that grit and take it with you, you will go far in life. You are true leaders. These examples of overcoming the odds inspire me. They make me want to do better because I know each and every day my students are facing hardships that are hard to fathom, but they overcome. One of my favorite actors, Denzel Washington, says, never be discouraged, never look back, give everything you got, and when you fall throughout life, because you will fall forward. Graduates, your life is invaluable. It's priceless. It's a beautiful gift. And just know you are loved. Go boldly and show everybody that a North Garland graduate was born to shine. We love you and charge on. Thank you.
Good evening, parents, family members, and friends of the class of 2021. Buenas tardes, padres, familiares y tutores de la clase del 2021. Muchos de ustedes están aquí para ver los beneficios de sus sacrificios. Dejaste atrás tu hogar, cultura, tradiciones y comunidad en busca de una vida mejor para tu familia. Hoy, todos esos sacrificios valen la pena. Aunque es posible que no lo aprecian realmente en este momento, eventualmente los jóvenes en esta sala llegarán a ver todo lo que renunció por ellos. No podemos agradecerle lo suficiente por confiar en Garland ISD y en North Garland High School con sus bienes más valiosos. Gracias por apoyarlos en su viaje y por alentarlos a perseguir sus metas. Su viaje aún no ha terminado. Ellos son afortunados de tenerte junto a ellos en él y somos afortunados de haber compartido los últimos 4 años con ellos. Gracias. When I think of the class of 2021, the word that comes to mind is inspiration. Class of 2021, you are an inspiration. Don't believe me? Watch. If you've been inspired by a young person graduating today, please stand up and cheer so loud that they'll hear you in all of GISD. I know that there are people in the stands who inspired those of you sitting in front of us. There are parents and guardians who made sacrifices so that you could have what they never did. They took on extra jobs to make it possible for you to focus on school. They supported you through thick and thin. And so let's take a moment, graduates, to thank them. The class of 2021 has been undeterred. You've accomplished a great deal in a short amount of time, and I hope that you are as proud as I am. Over $2 million in scholarships, acceptance to some of the best universities in the country, another unbelievable group of musicians and visual artists and athletes, and you did it while facing tremendous obstacles that would have derailed most people. We had students who took on full-time jobs to support their families and put their own goals on hold. We have a student with us today who drove to Fort Worth every day to work and make sure that her family was able to survive. When we brought her back to campus to show her our plan to graduate, she embraced it and began calling other students to encourage them to return. Another student returned to Mexico to help his family, but he took his Chromebook with him to make sure that he finished school from there. Every once in a while, my phone will ring, and it'll say Mexico on it, and I know that I'm going to get an update of how much closer he is to graduating. The last year and a half were challenging for all of us, but you persevered. You did not quit. You are undefeated in your effort to attain your goal. Today, we're celebrating not only the 4 years you shared with us, we're celebrating your commitment to completing the first step in your educational journey. You are ready. You are prepared for life. You will now embark on the next wonderful adventure. Now go out and pave the way for future North Garland graduates. Class of 2021, you made your mark. And today, I have the pleasure of thanking you one last time for choosing North Garland High School. You are an inspiration. Thank you.
Friends, family, faculty, and students, good evening. My name is Tori Reisner, and I'm your salutatorian. Before I begin, let me preface. I make terribly punny jokes, so if you could do me the honor of at least pretending to laugh, that would be greatly appreciated. To start off, I would like to thank my family for always supporting me. Mom, I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the numerous school functions you drove me to, the late nights we spent reviewing for a test, the countless times you proofread my paper, the few times you did my geography homework. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say that one. I would like to thank my friends for putting up with these silly jokes and always being by my side. I would like to thank all the teachers, as we literally would not be graduating without them. Special thanks to Mr. Beverly, Mr. Barth, Mr. Cook, Ms. Robertson, Ms. Aston, Ms. King, and Mr. Denton. You all have always supported and encouraged me, and I couldn't be here without you. I cannot say thank you enough. Now, for what you're obviously here for, my speech. This might be a shock to the people who know me, but I am a rebel child. You see, I remember it clear as day. My dad was straight-faced, monotone, dead in the eyes, and said, "Tori, don't be a nerd." Well, Dad, unfortunately, I think I am. And the worst part is, I've probably been one for a while. You see, one day in 6th grade, I came home and I told my mom, I want to be valedictorian. And she looked at me like I was crazy. I mean, what person wouldn't? What 12-year-old says, I want to be valedictorian? She said, Tori, that's going to be kind of hard. But me, being the stubborn mule I am, respond with, I know, but I still want to do it. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. This girl doesn't know she's not valedictorian, and she's supposed to be one of the smart ones? Okay, I'll admit it, I am not valedictorian. But being salutatorian is still a great honor. I am blessed to be number 2 in my class, and it's something I still find hard to believe. I remember the best piece of advice I got my freshman year. High school is what you make it. And if you do nothing, it'll be nothing. And when Americans do nothing, we run out of toilet paper. So, to save you the toilet paper, from freshman year, I was determined to be involved. I was a part of band, student council, and Indie Strong my freshman year. And as the years progressed, I was able to join band council, Mu Alpha Theta, Mentors, Math Club, and sorry, I got off a line. And I will admit it, there were a few times I overworked myself. But the memories I made along the way were all worth it. I have memories of planning homecoming and Halloween bash, all while laughing so hard I'm red in the face. Or playing sword drills in Indie Strong. Here's a tip, never play any sort of competitive game against a Syrian. You will always lose. Or going to math club and finding out that Scott has once again changed the calculators. Or singing the alma mater with the band kids at the top of our lungs in the parking lot. You'll never wonder why band kids are in band again. Of course, I had to kick out the old tenants in my brain for this information, but who needs to know what the quadratic formula or what an anaphora is anyway? Now, this isn't English class, and I'm not going to make you hunt for the author's purpose. Here it is right here. Are you listening? Follow your dreams. Go all in. And sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want. But if you've given it your all and pushed through, it is still going to be something amazing. Finally, make sure to surround yourself with people who are not only going to push you to achieve your dreams, but make sure that you have fun along the way, as the class of 2021 does great things. Thank you. Now, let's welcome our valedictorian, Abed Lastic.
Thank you, Tori, for those inspiring words. Welcome, graduates. Welcome, all parents, faculty, and administration. Thank you for coming to show support for the class of 2021. I'd like to start my speech by thanking all of the individuals who have helped me get to this point in my life. First and foremost, I give glory to Jesus, as he's been my strength and guidance these past 12 years, and trusting in God is the only reason I have made it onto this podium. I'd also like to thank my church for spiritual fellowship, my dad, mom, sister, and all my family members back in India who weren't able to make it, for raising me, loving me, and supporting me to the person I am today. Lastly, I'd like to thank the staff at North Garland High School for creating an environment these past 4 years that has been optimal for learning, especially teachers like Ms. Aston, Mr. Barth, Dr. Bland, Dr. Hunter, Dr. Shelton, Dr. Scallon, and all of the other teachers at the school that I've had the privilege of being in class with. They exemplify a passion for teaching that extends beyond the walls of the classroom. I'd also like to thank the officers in all the organizations such as NHS, Beta Club, and Key Club for teaching me about service and leadership. Well, graduates, here we stand on the precipice of life beyond our parents' watchful gaze, about to take a plunge into a world of opportunity, uncertainty, and rash decision-making. If this nightmare of a year and a half has taught us anything, it's that our circumstances don't define us. The greatest strength of human beings is our resilience and resolve in the face of adversity, and you, class of 2021, have survived a pandemic, quarantine, and experiencing senior year through a computer screen. Despite our struggles in turning on cameras, not answering questions when the teacher called on us, and a lack of self-motivation from a disconnection to a real learning environment, we are still gathered here today to pick up our diplomas as a testament to your persistence to pass your classes and move on to the next stage of your life, despite unfavorable circumstances. One of my favorite quotes from the Rocky movies is, "It ain't about how hard you're hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done." Because no one is prepared for all the punches life throws at you, and life is going to hit you harder than Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali ever could. But it's our perseverance in the face of struggles that makes us the strong individuals here today, about to walk on stage and claim our own future no matter the obstacles in our way. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit, something we have to work towards every day. We can't always do what makes us happy in life, because to be successful, we have to fail, and we're going to struggle. But that only makes victory ever so sweeter. There is no magic pill, no shortcuts. If you want to be successful, if you want to be great, you have to work hard, be consistent, and dedicate yourself to a passion. Because once you know your why, it's easier to face all the how questions in life. Nobody makes it out of life alive. It is the legacy you leave behind and what you did for others that truly matters. Our mortality is what gives our time value. So break your egos, forgive quickly, believe slowly, love truly, laugh loudly, and never avoid anything that makes you smile. So seniors, we are given one life, and we are accountable to ourselves and the people around us to make the world a better place through our own unique path in life. Because to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. Wherever you go after high school, to college, trade school, a job, or the military, own your path in life, claim it, and work your hardest to be the best at it. No one else can write your story in life, so make sure it's a tale they'll be telling for generations to come. Thank you, class of 2021, and congratulations, North Garland High School.
Thank you, Obed. And now, class of 2021, please rise. Dr. Lopez and board member Mr. Selders, on behalf of the administration and faculty of North Garland High School, it is with great pride I certify these students have completed the course requirement for graduation as set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Board of Trustees of the Garland Independent School District. At this time, I would like to recommend the class of 2021 for graduation.
Thank you, Mr. Adiola. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, we are here on this beautiful day in this amazing facility before this expectant crowd to celebrate an incredible moment in time, a moment of resiliency, of tenacity, of hope. I am so honored to be standing before you remarkable group of scholars, dreamers, and achievers. Congratulations to you all for sure, but I'd also like to send a serious shout out to your parents, your teachers, and the administrators who have guided you through these most important years, and especially this past year. Now, I don't have to remind you of what we just lived through or what you've sacrificed. Yours was the first class to experience their entire senior year in the middle of a global pandemic. You also finished high school while igniting a movement that has challenged our country to confront important questions about equity, inclusion, and justice for all. And you did so with tremendous courage and compassion. I am inspired by the way your generation has risen to this challenge, and it gives me so much hope for the future. I asked Mr. Adiola, tell me, what's special about your class? And he had plenty to share. He shared how patient, proactive, and positive you all have remained as your campus went through COVID-19. Throughout this past year, he's been inspired by your capacity to have empathy for others across diverse backgrounds, through personal loss and varied life experiences, without hesitation and without judgment. He also shared how moved he was by the way your class came together to support and embrace some of your classmates whose family situations during this pandemic required them to get jobs to help support their families instead of finishing high school. And because of your class, you were committed to looking after one another. You reached out to them and served as a catalyst to help them get them back on track and to be graduating today, and how that level of care brought you all closer together. This shows an incredible amount of emotional intelligence, which is just as important as your academic achievements. While coming together as a community, you've also continued to maintain your individual identities as independent thinkers, ready to challenge and speak out for what's right. I have always embraced and admired this kind of individuality. It's what I call my inner nerd. It's led me to personal and professional success. But you've demonstrated independence in such courageous ways that uplift yourselves and others, and you are models for us all. When some tried to revise or whitewash history, you raised your hands, stood up from your seats, and pushed back. I encourage you to continue to ask the hard questions. Do your own research. Look at the larger picture and speak truth to power. And while you're striving to understand this complicated, difficult, and yes, occasionally ugly history of this country that we all cherish, be sure to forge your own future on your terms. I know this is a time for joy, for setting aside obligations. Release for a moment the weight as well as the possibilities of the future before you. But as you rightfully celebrate your achievements today, remember this: the change you want to see in your community, your country, and your world starts with you. It will take the same level of compassion and commitment you've shown throughout your senior year and much, much more. It will require your active participation, your leadership, your voice, and your vote. Speaking of voice, you've probably heard enough of mine, so I'll make the announcement you've all been waiting patiently to hear. Mr. Areola, it is with the greatest pleasure and pride that I accept this class for graduation upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration of North Garland High School, as well as the Garland Independent School District Board of Trustees, which I represent here today. Congratulations on your remarkable achievement. I cannot wait to see what you will accomplish in the years ahead. So without further ado, by the power vested in me by the state of Texas, the State Board of Education, the Texas Education Agency, and the Board of Trustees of the Garland Independent School District, I now declare each student who will be receiving a diploma to be a graduate of Garland ISD. You are now graduates of North Garland High School. Please move your tassels to the left. I wish you the very best in all of your future endeavors. Take care, and God bless.
And now we present the graduating class of North Garland High School. Obed Emmanuel Lastek Leleon. Victoria Rose Reisner. Kwa Tran Nguyen Nguyen. Heather Nguyen. Scott Min Vu. Nayeli Alejandre. Nelson Tin Nguyen. Sebastian Augusto Colon Torres. Tauhan Nu Ton. Tesna Thomas. Mira Jagar Patel. Jocelyn Bachao Chuang. Colin Trung Tran. Rishangi Devakumar Patel. Kenny Dewey Wynn. Jeremiah Matthew Abraham. Pauline G. Won Yug. Jalila Ashmu Nagesi. Abigail Corrine Patterson. Samantha Ashley Marquez Punsalan. Bernardo Guerra Arthur. Mesomachakwu Akuna Ukachi Nuata. Lina Isabel Tipo Escalada. Elise Nakvu Trong. Stephen Hui Bam. Benita Thomas. Connor Andrew Anderson. Zora Lily Zabo. Seth Munzabi Iwajonu. Christine Wen Wen. Kim Tin Pham. Sun Nok Wen. Thompson Pham. Hillary Ha Min T Tran. John Mai. Tam Nok Ton Bui. Luis David Agundes. Leslie Judith Chico Reyes. Lily Ku Tran. Andrew Nguyen. Jonathan Antonio Serrano. Nathan Nam Lee. Alan Matthew Thomas. An Tui T. Nguyen. Mel Isabella Rodriguez. Joseph Fat Nguyen. Michelle Truck Bowie. Angel Heen Lee. Ethan Tyler Druck. Natalie Diane Tucker. Bethany Faith Samuel. Amy Pham. Marina Avalos Gayton. Hillary Anu Den. Megan Dow Lee. Emily Chen. Moses Josiah Angelus Bonete. Alexis Channing Wooten. Marlon Alexander Mata. Lydia Ma. Sofia Rueda. Helen Bionegni Visea. Ilse Lansing Coronado. Chandler John Robinson. Damian Xavier Mendoza. Kaiduan T. Lee. Lotus Catherine Lee. Katie Khan Keovangpet. Deborah Olabosipo Onadeko. Daniel Evan Moreno Rebollar. Alexis Joel Rodriguez Zapata. Cesar Stanley Nerio. Joshua Colina Batobalonos. Kelly Tuck Wynn. Amira Brianne Lincourt. Vincent Fu. Joyce Amarachi Ayozi. Obigeri Cristo Oparaji. Grace Chosen Bren. Jordan Alexandra Lockhart Reuters. Daniel Jiwi No. Austin Tin Nguyen. Lan Tuit Vong. Bao Li Jia Trong. Jose Leodan Castro. Wayne Gao. Ingrid Lorena Vanegas. Ansel Matthews John. Jamal Isaiah Bloom. Tanya Trevino. Adina Lydia Syrian. Zachary J. Stephen Gilmore. Muhammad Basil. Jason Silva. Lily Tuet Wynn. Jeremy Contreras. Larry T. Sam. Emmanuel Villanueva Hernandez. Yvette Stephanie Vanegas. Abigail Acosta. Miguel Ángel López. Ulysses Corona. Nathan Scott McMillan. Chinyonye Cynthia Oguere. Sebastian Manuel Andrade. Christian Alberto Gonzalez. Osasuense Stacy Osayende. Abigail Franco Alfaro. Michelle Indinimaka Akano. Tuan Cao. Mina Pete Vung. Mario Emmanuel Alcala. Christina Ann Matthew. Brian David Joseph. Hamare Solomon Abate. Cassandra Marie Ball. Dominic Tritui Win Bowie. Jason Isaac Bloom. Daniel Christopher Ia. Leslie Perez. Daisy Pineda. Mauricio Rodriguez Rios. Ricardo Aro. Jibu Joyesi. Christian Mendoza. Jenilyn Jaiona Mario. Felix Joel Granados. Andy Bao. Elma Ahmed Sheikh. Omer Serio. Rahul Caleb Ventakaya. Jacqueline Alvarado. Charles John Roy. Janie Chavez. Alex Kwok Vin Tai. Jordan Bihung Lee. Tan Phuc Ching. Valerie G. Shockley. Dwight Mayer. Karime Daniela Torres. Brisa Gordillo. Eric Gerardo Pacheco. Kayla Hannah McCarty. Ugochukwu Jesse Nauchukwu. Laura Nak An Vu. Zyla Zin Randall. Isaiah Lawrence Watkins. Kyle Frampton. Connor Joseph Seda. Sunil Lucas. Blanca Lisbeth Lesdema Davila. Janeth Milan. Tan Thon Nguyen. Sidley Abigail Chaparro. Chance Everett Morgan. Amy Destiny Cabrera. Yasmin Gigi Good. Nafreet Singh Brar. Justin Manuel Magalindan. Tam Khan Nguyen. Nathan Tanam Nguyen. Luis Alfredo Bonilla. Brandon Noel Diaz. Abigail Jada Valadez. Godwin Chakwudi Uwame. Jose Fernando Loaiza. Ashwin Sam Koshi. Michael Wen. Shelly Alejandra Castillo Barron. Jocelyn Jacobo. Yushin David Ranta. Tain Phuc Nguyen. Akash Singh Chauhan. Autumn Renee Bargainer. Non Hong Mai. Kenneth Divine Abete. Nan Kim Nguyen. Taffy Ifube Wachakwu. Nelly Gonzalez Portillo. Ismail Nusaran Adam. Kavan Lestat Adams. Valerie Liliana Aguilera. Sidley Aguirre Sanchez. Kimberlyn Abigail Alas Gonzalez. Antonio Alejandro Alcala. Alfredo Alcocel Flores. Mia Renee Alderete. Uel Minicin Aubel. Gabriel Alejandre Reyes. Lisha Saida Ali. Elijah Ezekiel Alvarez. Elisha Emmanuel Alvarez. Omar Andres. Victor Andrew Arellano Diaz. Janet Magdalena Arellano Zapata. Max Arevalo Salmeron. Jasmine Argueta. Johnny Jason Argueta. Cesar Alfonso Armas Jimenez. Elizabeth Areguin. Abigail Guadalupe Arias Rivas. Eric Osmar Arteaga. Nai Nai Aung. Jeanette Sarai Ayala. Asuncion Balandrano. Alejandro Jose Baltao. Lisbeth Noemi Barrientos. Cameron Lejay Berry. Rolando Bayona Neri. Horacio Alejandro Becerra Calzada. Anthony Tyshawn Bell. DeMarco Jamont Bell. Luis Mario Beltran. Alejandra Bermejo. Eduardo Bermejo. Sandra Bermejo. Brian Nicholas Bermejo Hernandez. Jose Alberto Bermudez. Chris George Benz. Tatiana Lachey Bolden. Andy Jesus Borja Ochoa. Nakia Rochelle Bowie. Giovanni Alcaraz Bravo. Aaron Dean Brown. Lizzie Bueno Medina. Ahmed Den Butt. Bodhi Padme Byrne. Alfredo Cabrera. Micah Jeremiah Kane. Melanie Jose Calderon Silva. Maria Guadalupe Calixto. Marisol Diana Camacho. Arsenio Campos. Samuel Canales. Alexis Brooke Carvajal. Ingrid Estrella Carvajal Gomez. Amanda Dulce Cardenas. Edwin Carranza. Soledad Carrasco. Amanda Michelle Carrascosa Aguilar. Chiari Rosidel Carrera Rodriguez. Imelda Carrillo Lerma. Jawan Marquez Carter. Jimena Casas. Jonathan Casiano Garcia. Jose Guadalupe Casimiro Rosas. Grecia Estefania Castellanos. Jaciel Natalie Castellanos Tapia. Eric Castillo. Fernando Castillo Acosta. Gerardo Antonio Castillo Magallanes. Joel Israel Castillo Mendoza. Jermaine Roseville Castillo Ramirez. Jasmine Castro Castaneda. Juan Gerardo Casares. Jesus Enrique Casares Barraza. Angie Alessandra Castillo. Zoe Elizabeth Chapman. Tin Nguyen Van T. Chow. Brian Alent Chavarria Sanchez. Fabiola Maya Chavez. Felix Bernard Chirian. Josue Ernest Corpus. Carlasia Tyrion Kute. Christopher Allen Crow. Eric Cruz Arroyo. Moses Cuevas. Sunny Renee Daniels. Chow Nok Bang Dao. Jasmine Davila. Dextery Pantris Davis Jr. Elizabeth de la Rosa Fuentes. Kevin Delgadillo. Victor Manuel Delgado. Brenda Diaz. Samuel Diaz. Angela An Doe. Adrian Dominguez. Hubert Dominguez Aviles. Janet Dominguez Rios. Luis Ivan Dominguez Sanchez. Michaela Starr Donovan. Ava Lenore Dubé. Lisette Rosana Durham. Diane Echavarria. Preston Ikina Echendu. Maritza Enciso Martinez. Hugo Enriquez. Pedro Daniel Escobar Dominguez. Eric Adrian Estrada. Juan Miguel Estrada. Jesus Evaristo. Ansley Helene Fajardo. Elmer David Ferrofino. Eduardo Jose Flores. Luis Mario Flores. Pamela Yasmin Flores Villatoro. Jesus Francisco. Elias Fuad. Aaron Galvan. Edwin Daniel Gomez. Anthony Alexis Garcia. Alondra Itza Garcia Eguia. Irving Raimundo Garcia Gonzalez. Maria Fernanda Garcia Mendoza. Genesis Alondra Cavilla. Rodney Emmanuel Jeremiah Gibson. Florencio Gobayon Rodriguez. Carlos Ángel Condines Flores. Jai Gomez. Brandon Arnulfo Gomez Hernandez. Keelan Gonzaga. Brittany Alejandra Gonzalez. Brian Gonzalez. Jaime Gonzalez. Nadine Bernice Gonzalez. Jimena Gonzalez Alderete. Jonathan Gonzalez Cedillo. Alberto Gonzalez. Angel Ray Green. Trevor Charles Griffin. Daniel Zane Grimstead. Angel David Guardado Martinez. Saul Guerrero Rios. Jasmine Guevara. Brian Guevara Solis. Jadira Noeli Guthrie Sandoval. Kevin Gutierrez. Joshua Jarrett Guzman. Evelyn Guzman Gaspar. Meraces Cecibel Guzman Salgado. Rura Amina Hakimi. Josiah Zakai Harris. Isaiah Marquise D. Henry. Thomas Lee Herman. Anthony Hernandez. Brenda Yasmin Hernandez Flores. Estrella Hernandez Hernandez. Henry Guillermo Hernandez Ramirez. Jocelyn Soraya Hernandez. Jose Manuel Hernandez Rosales. Zachary Ryan Hernandez. Bernice Herrera. Jordan Del Littlehawk Holloman. Jonathan Howe Nguyen. Tony Nguyen.
Elizabeth Ibarra. Brian Ipina. Hassan Iqbal. Kayla Joanna Isario. Yamilet Isidro. Darian Mikkel Jackson. Juliana Lynn James. Yuridia Jaramillo Aviles. Khalil Johnson. Jasmine Jerkisha Jones. Crystal Juarez Gadea. Sang Lee Kai. Victor Isaac Liana. Marinela Leon. Serenity Angelic Lewis. Diana Lisbeth Leiva. Jesus Arturo Liberato. Michael Alexander Licea. Mei Din Lin. Ivy Liu. Hutton Paul Linus. Edgar Lopez. Isabela Joaquina Lopez. Mario Anthony Mancilla. Samantha Paulina Marin. Byron Marquez. Byron Alexander Marroquin. Ian Cedric Martin. Abigail Martinez. Erica Martinez. Esmeralda Martinez. Gary Herman Martinez. Jennifer Martinez. Juan Emanuel Martinez. Mayra Martinez Macías. Nancy Martinez. Ismael Martinez Mendez. Damon Elizar Mata. Iris Mazariegos. Britton Isaiah McCrae. Terrence Lyndall McKinnon. Brian Emmanuel Medina. Giovanni Manuel Medina Lopez. Leslie Mejia. Rolando Méndez Moreno. Brian Mendoza. Adira Mendoza Hernández. Hugo Mesa Lopez. Peyton Deshawn Miner. Julian Mijares Esquivel. Katia Miralrío. Stephanie Narali Molina Cardona. Abraham Montufar. Jocelyn Angelique Morales. Jesus Morales. David Samuel Moreno Rebollar. Hunter Michael Morgan. Brianna Nicole Moss. Ivan Larea. Adal Larea. Felipe Jesus Moya. David Muniz. Paige Michelle Muniz. Angelina Denise Munoz Vasquez. Gabriela Maria Munoz. Mark Emery Murdoch. Daira Yaritza Najera. Tava Lacole Ruthel Neal. Joseph No. Angela Sophie Tuong Nguyen. Antoine Not Nguyen. Ui Tron Not Nguyen. Kong Win, Matthew Do Win, Tony Win, Sing T Kim Win, Serena Dream Nicholson, Ah Nin, Guy Nin, Laura Daniela Núñez, Tae Win U, Chikosim Simon Oledabi, Ever Ojeda Ochoa, Ana Larua Ojeda, Miguel Antonio Orellana, Alejandra Isabel Orrego, Kayla Lisbeth Ortiz, Samuel Ali Osman, Elías Octavio Ovando Galvez, María Patía Miranda, Jessica Ann Marie Padrón, Isabel Pasillas, Laura Sofía Pastor, Lauren Ray Patrick, Leonel Pasos Velázquez, Charlie Alberto Peña, Jesmani Esther Peña, Nathan Andrew Peña, Liliana Penalosa, Brianna Marie Perez, Casey Hermione Perez, Melanie Perez, Paris Mackay Perry, Alexis Inri Piñeda, Ricardo Piñeda, Stephen Scott Polk, Angel Guillermo Portillo, William Lee Pryor, Elliot Noel Puerta, Blanca Elizabeth Puntos, Nathan Aaron Quesada, Cynthia Quevedo, Sergio José Quintanilla, Dasani Dalet Quintero, Jonathan Quiroz, Janae Lois Rainey, Cynthia Paula Ramirez, Natalie V. Ramirez, Kelsey Valeria Ramirez, Francisco Gesiel Ramírez Díaz, Gabriel Antonio Ramírez Morales, Brianna Alexis Ramos Linares, Pedro Ángel Ramos Pérez, Kavian Latroy Randall. James Shelby Rainey. Joanna Guadalupe Rangel. Hipolita Rayo Garcia. Erica Elisa Reinschmidt. Brandon Lee Renteria. Andrew Alexis Resendiz. Iliam Bernardo Resendiz. Jasmine Rios Sanchez. Azucena Lynn Rivas. Edwin Antonio Rivas Portillo. Luis Alberto Rivas Rentería. José Manuel Rivera Torres. Paul Eduardo Rivera. Arlie Zulen Rivera Hernández. Trevor Dylan Robinette. Imani Lania Rogers. Leslie Tamara Rodriguez Santos. Alejandra Rodriguez. Areli Janet Rodriguez. Corey Rodriguez. Liliana Nicole Rodriguez. Celina Maite Rodriguez Garcia. Rolando Rodriguez Garza. Brenda Yanilet Rodriguez Rivas. Stephanie Roldan Mena. Lluvia Mia Romero. Rashan Wanya Rutt. Raylan Shamar Rutt. Brian Ryan Rovey. Amber Cheyenne Rick. Jessica Hilario Ruiz. Nemesis Arad Ruiz. Ángel Juan Diego Ruiz Flores. Sharad Saha. Jessica Cifuentes Buena. Baraka Kagiga Shiramba. Jorge Alejandro Servín. Karen Lisbeth Serrano. Amy Daniela Segura Murillo. Veronica Michelle Scott. Rachel Santos Salgado. Alicia Sina Noel Sanderson. Desiree Judith Santos. Israel Salazar Santos. Bruce Maximus Sanchez. José Rogelio Salinas Mora. Lisbeth Eileen Salmerón. Alexa Sanchez. Anayeli Sanchez. Cynthia Sanchez. Kevin Enrique Sanchez. Melanie Sanchez Beltran. Nancy Lisbeth Sanchez. Josue Obed Sanchez Gomez. Kiara Ruby Sanchez Lopez. Akira Lillian Sill. Cameron Caven Denzel Simpson. Damara Rashad Smith. Linnea Deshay Smith. Kayla Jessie Fimaxe. Cameron Khalil Stegall. Alondra Michelle Tames Gutierrez. Sebastian Q. Tung. Ricky Stefan Jamal Taylor. Stephanie Tejeda. Ojwani Elijah Telemak. Kason Connor Taburi. Kevin Isaiah Thomas. Christopher Torres. Jedediah Fabian Torres. Jonathan Jr. Torres. Michelle Torres. Samuel Alejandro Torres. Eileen Torres Garcia. Ángel de Jesús Torres Méndez. Ethan Alexander Tron. Ricardo Rodriguez. Honesty Chanda Vit. Angelica Villasana. Emily Villanueva Rodriguez. Daniel Villanueva. Natalie Villa. Brianna Villa. Carmen Yamilet Vilchi Dominguez. Juan Jose Vigil. Miriam Velázquez. Fatima Jacqueline Velázquez. Alexis Yesca Velázquez. Jacob Eugene Vela. Maggie Vega. Crystal Vasquez Medellin. Brenda Judith Vasquez. Bianca Lisette Vasquez. Lisbeth Perla Vargas Solís. Octavian James Varela. Gabriel Celeste Vaquera. Jasmine Abigail Van Housen. Cameron Avant Wheeler. Ebony Anaya Williams. Jacob Darrell Moore Wilson. Ternisha Renee Winding. Sebastián Joel Valencia. Abigail Aliyah Valles. Aubrey Chen Van. Jorge Alberto Vanegas. Juan Carlos Valdez. Mariana Giselle Valdez. Brian Obed Valdez Tovar. Leon Alexander Trejo. Michelle Quinn Tuong. Justin Osazi Ubador. Muhammad Umair. Freddy Alejandro Umansor. Audrey Chisaram Chiso Uzuku. Austin Michael Wing. Dirk Aaron Wiseman. Lautaro Araya Salazar. Kayla Sarate. Josephat Savala. Omar Muhammad Zuair. Mason Lewis Zoomer. Jason Daniel Zuniga. You want to do one? Me? Okay. We do have additional graduates for the class of 2021. Marcos Bailon, Alonso Castillo Castro, Cristian Jose Chavarria Ventura, Kevin Logan Delgado, Jamrin Deron Douglas, Christopher Lynn Eason Jr., Kaylee Quinn Ecton, Evelyn Flores Garcia, Brandon Emmanuel Flores, Kylie Eugene Frampton, Ruben Gallegos, Christian Gomez Ramirez, Janet Angela Gomez, Karen Molina, Brendan Allen Nall, Chow Min Nguyen, Jonathan Nok Nguyen, Shwanti Kim Nguyen, Jesus Nicolas, Siang Ta Par, Daniel Giovanni James Suarez, Abriana Victoria Hagan, Trevor Thomas Burns, Kevin Giovanni Delgadillo, Tiffany Twit Din, Op Bon Dong, Miriam Gulam, Xuan Ai Ni Wong, Vai Nok Kan Win, Joseph J. Kim, Andy Lee, Samer Iba Muhana, David Wang Win, Ethan Lin Tang, An Ying Tron, Nelly Gonzalez Portillo, Ivy Liu, Efren Luviano Mendoza, Hutton Paul Linus, Luis Enrique Marin, Malin Michelle Lattell.
I would like to take this opportunity to recognize several individuals and groups. First, I'd like to thank our area director, Mr. Ray Merrill, as well as acknowledge the other district staff that are here assisting our campus personnel to make sure that things run smoothly. The staff in the back handing out diplomas. We would like to acknowledge our senior class sponsors, Mr. Barth, our counselors, our administrative team, our school resource officers, and the faculty of North Garland High School. Thank you for your dedication to our young people and helping them to reach their potential every day. Garland ISD's one goal is that our students graduate ready for college, career, and life. One way our students demonstrate this is by meeting college, career, and military readiness, or CCMR standards. Students who have met CCMR standards are denoted by the wearing of a medallion. Will all students who have attained this level of achievement please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Will all of our students who are enlisting in a branch of the United States Armed Forces please rise? Would all active duty personnel and veterans in the audience please join them in standing? We want to thank you. Thank you for your service and commitment to our country. Thank you. At this time, I would like to thank all of the first responders in our audience. If you're a policeman, fireman, or EMT, please stand to be recognized at this time. Thank you for keeping us safe every day. Would the parents, guardians of our class of 2021 graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you for allowing all of us to be a part of your child's life. Class of 2021, please rise for our alma mater, followed by the toss of your graduation caps.